Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 35 of the TEW series. Now, tonight's episode is the go-home show for Summer Showdown, and I think we have a much better show booked tonight than we did last week in the previous episode. So, looking forward to it. Again, more storylines are playing out, and we're getting through and building towards all the pay-per-view matches, or at least most of them. Anyway. Got 3 pre-show matches as well. We've got a 70C+ women's tag match. In a decent pre-show match, Alicia Strong and Tamara McFly defeated Laura Flame and Elsa Calvo in 9:42, when Alicia Strong defeated Laura Flame by pinfall with a strong arm tactic. And as you'd expect, Alicia was head and shoulders above everybody else. A couple of work improvements here. We got Tamara McFly improving in technical skills, and Laura Flame improving in performance skills. Wow. We then go into an 81B. In a good pre-show match, Wolf Hawkins defeated Akuma in 10:15 by pinfall with a full moon rising. Akuma is debuted. I did actually sign him. He's a face. Debuted his bubbly babyface gimmick, got an initial rating of above average, but he's also visibly tiring. He's got really low stamina at the moment. I think it's like a 37D minus, maybe a D. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, he's also improving in performance skills there as well. Only 29, been released obviously from SWF. And yeah, I'm going to look to put him in a tag team with another possible debutante coming soon. We then move into a 78B 6-man tag on the pre-show. In a pre-show bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Joshua Taylor, Benny Benson, and Ernest Youngman defeated Troy Tornado and the Latino Kings in 10:30, when Joshua Taylor defeated Hector Galindo by submission with a butterfly lock. And apparently Troy was off his game. A few worker improvements here. We got Benny Benson improving in rumble skills, Hector Galindo improving in performance skills, and finally Rudy Velasquez improving in flying skills. Alright, we start the show off with a 92A rated angle. We've got Sammy back, and he says that he has the New Waves back tonight in the main event versus Stronghold. They will be taking on Aaron Andrews, Jay Cord, and Greg Gage. Of course, the Stronghold. Yeah, they said they needed some backup. Sammy Back's going to step up for them tonight. Obviously, he's got his problems with Aaron Andrews, so he wants to lend a hand to the New Wave. We then go into our opening match of the TV show, 67C+. In a decent match, the Elite defeated the Rockers in 9:43, when Eddie Chandler defeated Flying Jimmy Fox by submission with a fabulous stretch after blatantly cheating. And yeah, I mean, a couple of people off their games. Both Eddie Chandler and Nate Johnson were off their games, so both members of the Elite. It's actually pretty frustrating, because it would have been a much better match, as both teams have good chemistry when tag teaming together. So yeah, a couple of worker improvements here as well. We got Nate Johnson improving in rumble skills and Matt Hocking improving in performance skills. I really like the Rockers. I feel like they could have a pretty good tag career together. We then go into an 81B, and we have Mighty Mo, and he wants a last man standing match against Danny Rushmore for Summer Showdown. So we'll get that booked in. A last man standing match. Bit of an interesting, of course, Danny Rushmore took a steel chair and absolutely beat the crap out of Mighty Mo last week. And I think Mighty Mo is going to be looking at getting some serious revenge. Last man standing, Rushmore versus Mo. I'm actually looking forward to that match. I think it could be quite good. Their first match together, I think it pulled a B-, so hopefully an 82, I think, would be a perfect rating. We then move on to an 81B. In a superb match, Brian Vesey defeated Mighty Mo in 2018 by pinfall with a Vesey driver following interference from Danny Rushmore. Getting involved, costing Mighty Mo a massive match against main event talent Brian Vesey. And yeah, we also have Mighty Mo improving in technical skills here as well. And then go straight into a tag team match, which gets an 82B. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Dazzling Dave Diamond and Bart Biggins defeated the Canadian Animals in 10-13 when Bart Biggins defeated Freddie Huggins by pinfall with a B dropper. And yeah, Bart Biggins getting a win once again over getting a pinfall victory over one half of the Canadian Animals. Again, sort of continuing their sort of small feud they have going on between Biggins and Stone. We then go into a 77B rated angle. We have Lauren Easter, and she says that she's more confident now than she was before Alicia Strong debuted, and there's no way she's losing her women's title at Summer Showdown. I'm pretty sure that one's already booked in. It is not. Okay, perfect. We'll get that one booked in as well. So we got Lauren Easter taking on Alicia Strong for the women's title. Perfect. We then move into a 65C rated women's match in a bout that had decent wrestling but little heat. Lauren Easter defeated Simony Sentinel in 9:41 by submission with a figure 4 leg lock. Not a great match, but I mean, it is Simony Sentinel, who's pretty average, you would have to say. So yeah, Lauren Easter still doing really well with a 64, and we have no worker improvements there either. We then go into a 98 A-star angle, and we have Rocky Golden. And he asks Bulldozer Brandon Smith where he was last week when he was attacked 3-on-1. Of course, Golden won the match, won the main event last week against Brian Vesey, and then was attacked by Eddie Peak, Killer Shark, and Brian Vesey. And yeah, Bulldozer Brandon Smith has no excuse. He essentially can't say as to why he was not out there. You know, essentially backing up his closest friend in TCW. Interesting. We then go into the co-main event, I would say, the pre-main event. 74B-, which is actually pretty solid for a singles match with Killer Shark. And about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Rocky Golden defeated Killer Shark in 10:02 by submission with the rack. During the match, we also saw Eddie Peak run in and attack Golden, and Bulldozer Brandon Smith also attack Shark. Apparently, Rocky was also off his game, and of course, there was a bit of a lack of selling on display between these two. Still pretty respectable. I'm happy with a 74B-. We then go into a 99 A-star angle. Reign of Terror tell Rocky Golden that his steel cage match has been accepted, and they will battle for the #1 contendership for the World Championship. That will be the main event of Summer Showdown. We'll get that booked in now as well. Going to be a steel cage match. If I can find it, I've gone past it. There it is. Steel cage between Rocky Golden, of course, the ace, the figurehead of the company, and he will be taking on Eddie Peak. Like I said, #1 contenders match. It's going to be massive. They have poor chemistry. Okay, well, maybe it's not going to be the main event. We're still going to do it. That's perfectly fine. And it needs to be for Summer Showdown. Alright, there we go. I think, with that said, I want to make the main event Aaron Andrews versus Sammy BACH. Yeah, I think I'll make that the main event. Wolf, in storyline purposes, Wolf Hawkins has been granted a 1 month holiday leave, which is the reason why he hasn't sort of appeared on any of the TV shows recently. Basically, management have said to him that he has the month off. We need to find a true #1 contender between all these different main event talents. And that was sort of the thought process I had behind booking these recent shows. Obviously, that's just for the TV show. He has wrestled on the pre-show, so yeah. Anyway, moving on to the main event, which gets a 90A. Very good match. I knew it was going to do really well. In an exceptional match, Sammy BACH and the New Wave defeated the Stronghold, of course consisting of Aaron Andrews, Jay Cord, and Greg Gage, in 1957 when Sammy BACH defeated Greg Gage by submission with a back on your back. Apparently Sammy BACH was off his game, which is a little bit disappointing, but I mean, he only put it at 82, which is not great. We have 2 work improvements here. We got both of the New Wave Scout and Guide improving in performance skills, and I'm really happy with that for a go-home main event. Let's end the show. Ooh. The Greg Gage is upset that Scout almost injured him with a botch move. That's not good. Alright. We pull an 80B. But again, we're not improving the popularity in America, which is weird, because we lost popularity in America, which is so weird. I'm assuming it's because of the wrestling industry, unless it is because of the fall down to cult. I'm sure that only lasts for a month, and it's definitely been more than a month. Anyway, pretty happy with an 80B, don't get me wrong, but I just think that should probably increase popularity a little bit. Anyway. So the TV rating gets a 7.24. And yeah, I'm contemplating bringing Sean McFly in. He has not been offered a new contract. He's currently out for 8 months and 2 weeks. But realistically, I want to try and bring him in at some stage. As you can see, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, Canadian wrestler at the moment. Obviously, there's some other people that are pretty competitive, you know, the Decults and whatnot. But a guy of this quality, I know it's 8 months away from him recovering. Obviously, I'm not going to offer him a contract, at least until that gets much lower. Of course, I think it would be almost a no-brainer. Extremely positive influence, locker room leader, Power 500, he's number 13. Not even that expensive either. And of course, he's got the blood relative with Tamara McFly, so it's only going to help the backstage rating there as well. Let me know what you think about it. Sean McFly, I mean, it's a long, long way away, essentially, before he'll actually come in. He's also 42 years old, but that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna keep an eye on that and really make a decision about it, obviously much further down the line, down the series. Anyways, that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Make sure you tune into the next one, Summer Showdown, the big pay-per-view. Really, really looking forward to it. We've got some really, really good matches. If I go into the pre-booking here, there will be more matches, obviously. But we've got Aaron Andrews versus Sammy BACH in the main event. We've got Danny Rushmore versus Mighty Mo in a last man standing match. We've got the women's title match between Lauren Easter and Alicia Strong. We've then got a steel cage match between Rocky Golden and Eddie Peake. And we also have the New Wave taking on New Legacy for the World Tag Team titles. And then finally, we've got Troy Tornado taking on Joshua Taylor in a rematch from the previous pay-per-view. Like I said, there'll be a couple more matches. I'm thinking Bulldozer Brandon Smith versus Killer Shark. And there might be, 1 or 2 more matches sprinkled on top. But yeah, like I said, really looking forward to it. Also curious to see the profitability of the arena with the next pay-per-view show. I want to see how much profit we actually make for the next month. I'm hoping it's going to be well clear of $1 million profit. That's my hope anyway. That is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you could drop a like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And as always, take it easy and goodbye.